Sony isn't a Japanese word, an acronym, or a founder's last name. It's a made-up word, built in the mid-1950s by mashing together two completely unrelated pieces of language. The first half comes from the Latin word sonus, meaning sound. The second half comes from sonny, 1950s American slang for a young, energetic boy, a term that had also been borrowed into Japanese as sunny boys, used to describe smart, promising young men. The founders, Masaru Ibuka and Akio Morita, wanted a name that captured both what their company made, sound equipment, and who they saw themselves as, young upstarts trying to compete on a world stage most Japanese companies hadn't even tried to enter yet. But Sony wasn't the company's first name, not even close. Before it was Sony, it was called Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo, and getting from that name to this one took over a decade, a failed rice cooker, a pronunciation problem in America, and a trademark conflict with a railway company. Let's get into it. It's 1945. Japan has just surrendered, Tokyo is in ruins, and a physicist named Masaru Ibuka is trying to figure out what to do next. During the war, Ibuka had worked on military research projects, and it was there that he crossed paths with a younger naval officer named Akio Morita, the son of a wealthy sake brewing family who'd studied physics himself. After the war, Ibuka set up a small repair shop inside a bombed-out department store building in Tokyo, fixing radios for a public desperate to stay connected to the outside world. It was barely a company, about 8 employees and a tiny amount of starting capital. In May 1946, Morita joined him, and together they formally founded the company as Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo KK, the Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering Corporation. In Japan, it got shortened to a more manageable nickname, Tatsuko. Their first product wasn't a tape recorder or a radio. It was an electric rice cooker. The rice cooker flopped. It either burned the rice or left it undercooked, and it never sold. But the failure didn't stop them. Ibuka and Morita pivoted hard into electronics, and by 1950 they'd built Japan's first tape recorder, the Type G. By the early 1950s, Tatsuko's ambitions had outgrown Japan. Morita, who handled the company's international dealings, started traveling to the United States to sell their products, and ran headfirst into a branding problem. Americans could not pronounce Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo, could not spell it, and definitely could not remember it. Tatsuko wasn't much better. Morita first considered just using the company's initials, TTK. But there was already a well-known Japanese company using those exact initials, the railway operator Tokyo Kyuko. Confusing an electronics maker with a train company wasn't going to work. He tried another name, Tokyo Teletech, only to discover an American company already had rights to Teletech as a brand. So Morita went back to basics. He wanted something short, something that could be pronounced the same way in English, Japanese, French, German, anything. Something that wasn't tied to Tokyo or telecommunications or any single product category, because he suspected correctly that the company wouldn't stay in just one lane forever. He and Ibuka started digging through dictionaries. The breakthrough actually came from one of the company's own products. In 1950, Tatsuko had started selling a magnetic recording tape under the brand name Sony Tape. The Sony was drawn from the Latin word sonus, the root of English words like sonic and sound. Given that Tatsuko's entire business was built around audio, tape recorders, radios, recording equipment, a name rooted in the Latin word for sound made obvious sense. But sonus alone felt incomplete. Morita wanted the name to carry energy, youth, a kind of scrappy confidence. The exact spirit he felt he and Ibuka embodied as two guys building a global electronics company out of post-war rubble. That's where sonny came in, the American slang term for a young boy, which had also crossed over into Japanese pop culture at the time as sunny boys, a phrase used to describe bright, presentable young men. Morita and Ibuka liked the idea that it described exactly what they were. Blend sonus and sunny together, drop a letter for flow, and you get Sony. It wasn't a word in any language. That was the entire point. A name with no built-in meaning in Japanese, English, French, or German couldn't be mispronounced or mistranslated, because it wasn't derived from any of them in a way people would recognize. It also meant the name wasn't locked to telecommunications or Tokyo. It could stretch to cover whatever the company built next. not everyone was immediately on board. Ibuka reportedly had reservations, and so did executives at Tatsuko's bank, who weren't thrilled about abandoning a name tied to the company's Tokyo roots for something invented from scratch. Morita pushed back hard, arguing that a single, standalone word gave the company room to grow into markets and products nobody could predict yet. He won the argument. Sony didn't replace Tatsuko overnight. The name first appeared as a product trademark in 1955, stamped onto the TR-55, one of Japan's earliest transistor radios. For a few years, the company operated with a strange split identity: Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo on the legal paperwork, Sony on the products people actually bought. That changed in January 1958. Now confident the name had worked in international markets, Ibuka and Morita formally renamed the entire company Sony Corporation, retiring Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo and Tatsuko for good. The timing mattered. Sony was about to go all in on global expansion. Morita would go on to found Sony Corporation of America in 1960, and by 1961 Sony had become the first Japanese company ever to list its shares on the New York Stock Exchange. A name built specifically to survive translation across borders turned out to be exactly what the moment demanded. So the next time you see that four-letter word stamped on a TV, a camera, or a PlayStation, remember it isn't Japanese, it isn't English, and it isn't anyone's name. It's a word two founders invented from a dead Latin root and a piece of American street slang, built specifically so it would mean nothing, and therefore could mean anything. If you enjoyed discovering the story behind Sony's name, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, which famous brand should we uncover next?